Welcome to the first video in our humble channel. In this video, we will learn all about the family tree of Cristiano Ronaldo. We will also make sure to cover the meetup stories of all couples. First, we need to dive into the origins of this phenomenal player. His family's origin traces back to his great-grandfather Jose Aveiro, whose place of birth and residence remains a mystery to this day, but fortunately for us. His wife was identified as Isabel Rosa da Piedad. She gave birth to Humberto Aveiro, Cristiano's paternal grandfather. Humberto met a nice girl named Filomena. She was born in 1927 and ended up marrying Humberto. She lived in the Madeira archipelago. After a long life, she was left suffering from multiple conditions, one of which was Alzheimer's, a condition which affected her memories with the family. That was the case until she passed away on July 8, 2014. Her husband, Humberto Aveiro, had one child with his wife on September 30th, 1953, and it was Jose Diniz Aveiro. We have thus successfully covered Cristiano's paternal grandparents. Let's also talk about his maternal grandparents. Here we go. Jose Nunes de Viveiros was born in 1927 in Portugal. He was Cristiano's maternal grandfather. He met and married Matilda dos Santos. This kind grandmother passed away in 1961, but she had two children with Jose Nunes de Viveiros, Dolores dos Santos Aveiro and Alex Viveiros. Dolores dos Santos Aveiro was born in December 1954 in Machico, Madeira. In 1961, the same year Via Matilda dos Santos passed away, Jose Nunes de Viveiros decided to get into a relationship with Maria Angela Spinola, who was born in 1930, and they did get into a relationship. They decided one day to move from Portugal to Australia, but due to old age and after reaching his 88th year, the health of Jose Nunes de Viveiros began deteriorating, and eventually led to his death on the 11th of December 2015. As for his lover, Maria Angela Spinola, they had no children after a decision to enjoy the remainder of their lives happily together. She also lived nearly 88 years. The life of Cristiano's father, Jose Diniz Aveiro, began in 1954 in Santo Antonio, Portugal. We hear a lot about the bad reputation of this father, who spent most of his time drunk at home. But what has led him to this phase and familial neglect? For starters, Cristiano's father was pushed into joining the Portuguese army. He joined the ranks and ended up as a powerful veteran. February 4th, 1961 marked the beginning of the Angolan War of Independence, which started as a protest against the forced cultivation of cotton and then turned into a multifaceted conflict over Portugal's control of Angola. Jose Diniz Aveiro returned to Portugal approximately 10 years after the end of the war. He witnessed unimaginable diseases and atrocities in Africa. He also oversaw the death of many of his companions. He found difficulty in living with the harsh memories, his worsening financial situation, the loss of his country in the war, and the state of his homeland, which was suffering a severe economic recession. This turned him into an alcoholic. He worked as a gardener and an equipment handler at the amateur club where Ronaldo was playing. He continued with excessive drinking, leading to liver damage, which resulted in his death of liver failure in the 6th of September 2005 in London, England. But not before he brought many kind and heroic souls into this world with his wife, Dolores dos Santos Aveiro. Let's delve into the mother and her history. She lived her childhood in Machico, Madeira. She had a normal childhood. After some growth and reaching the marriage age, she met Jose Diniz Aveiro in the town of Funchal. This led to their marriage at a very early age. As we mentioned before, after several years of marriage, her husband went to war. The same year he returned home, he made the decision to have children, something he did not desire before. In 1974, gave birth to their first child, Hugo dos Santos Aveiro. The next year, 1975, they had Elma dos Santos Aveiro. They had another child again in the next year, 1976, Katia Aveiro Ronaldo. 10 years passed after the last birth, and Maria had decided to not have any more children. They were, however, blessed with a child they did not name at the time, since Maria wanted to abort him because of her alcoholic husband and lacking the money to support the child. It was her husband that forced her to consider aborting the child, and she did meet with a doctor for the abortion. But her unhealthy body wouldn't allow the procedure, so the doctors refused her in the end. After that, she began drinking and jumping aggressively in the hope of aborting her child. However, all of her attempts failed, and in 1985, the star Cristiano Ronaldo was born. Cristiano's older brother married and had a girl, Alicia Beatriz Aveiro, born in 2001, and also had Hugo Thomas, born in 2010. But why does the mother lack all public presence? Even if you look her up on Google and anywhere else, you will never find anything about her. With our research skills, we were able to locate her pictures in stories and social media posts. As for Cristiano's older sister, she was born on March 10, 1973. She has one daughter, Eleanor Kairas, who was born to her ex-husband Edgar Kairas, a famous businessman working for Madeiran Group. They are now separated and the reasons are unconfirmed. If you have any information on that, please share them with us in the comments. Let's now talk about the youngest sister of Ronaldo, Katia Aveiro. She favored the world of fame and success. This started her singing career in 2005, and she has since produced 6 albums and gained great renown in Portugal and Europe. In 1999, she married José Pereira, born May 10, 1994. She divorced him twice, most recently in 2012 after 13 years of marriage. She had 2 children with Pereira, Rodrigo, aged 21, and Dennis, aged 11. She is now with Alexandra Bertolucci Jr., a businessman and a partner in the restaurant chain owned by the Ronaldo family in Madeira, Brazil. She had with him another daughter, Valentina, who is about 3 years old now. We finally get to talk about our superstar Cristiano Ronaldo, his children, and his partners. Cristiano loved football and played it from a young age. He had many achievements in his childhood. Let's keep in mind the support of his father of his progress. Unfortunately for his father, he did not get to see the monumental success of his son because of his early death. We will not focus on these widely known details. Let's cut to the chase and move to his relationships. First, you should know that Cristiano has never been married. More shocking is that he had relationships with 12 women. Let's talk about them. The first girl has not been identified. The second is Amy Broadbent, whom he broke up with after a brief time. He entered another relationship in 2007 with Gemma Atkinson, then decided to enter another relationship in 2008 with Paris Hilton, but he also broke up with her. In 2009, he entered into a relationship with an unidentified woman, and in the same year, he had a relationship with Rafaela Fico, but they lasted less than a year. Then, in 2010, he had a new relationship with Kim Kardashian West. In the same year, he met Irina Shayk, born to parents Olga Sheikh Islamova and Valery Sheikh Lislamov, and with sister Tatiana Petenkova Sheikh Lislamova. Before that, Irina Shayk was in a relationship with Linkin Park's Rob Bourdon between 2007 and 2009. After she parted ways with him, she got into a relationship with Cristiano, but they were separated in 2015, and she got into a relationship with American actor Bradley Cooper, and separated in June 2019. As for our ladies, man Cristiano, he was originally in a relationship with Imogen Thomas in 2011, but he left her in the same year. Following his separation in 2015 from Irina Shayk, he got into a relationship with Aline Lima. The following year, he got into another relationship with Desire Cordero, from whom he of course separated within the same year. He finally found himself in 2016 with Georgina Rodriguez. But who is Georgina Rodriguez's family? Her mother was Ana Maria Hernandez, and her father was Jorge Rodriguez. They were born in Spain and had their 2 daughters in Argentina. Georgina and her sister, Ivana Rodriguez, were born on January 27, 1994. Ivana Rodriguez met Carlos Garcia and the two became an item. As for Georgina, she was once a model, dancer, and actress in Argentina and Spain. This was the case until that day at a Gucci store in Madrid, where she worked as a store assistant. There she met Cristiano, and they started dating and have stayed together to this day. Cristiano dated 12 women, but who among them gave birth to his 5 children? Well, the story is more complicated than the previous parts. We'll try to summarize it in the simplest fashion. Remember the first unidentified girl that Cristiano dated? Well, Cristiano Ronaldo's eldest son, Jr. Cristiano Ronaldo Jr. was born in 2010, and twins were also born in 2017. A girl and a boy, Ava and Mateo. But why is the identity of their mother considered a mystery? Cristiano has stated that the mother of his children wishes to remain anonymous, and that he will be the sole guardian of the children. Ronaldo diligently adhered to the confidentiality agreement and refrained from discussing the mother of his children publicly. Back to Georgina. She had her first child with Ronaldo, Alana, in 2017. In 2022, she gave birth to twins. The daughter was a girl named Bella. As for her twin brother, they unfortunately died due to his failing health after giving birth. Well, this wraps it up. But what happened to Cristiano's other partners? You will notice that all the women Cristiano had children with had their relationships keep a secret, and Cristiano did not part ways with them. meaning that they still visit each other to see the children. As for Georgina, she saw no problem in announcing her relationship with Cristiano. Perhaps this proves that Cristiano gives the freedom to his partners to disclose their relationship if he has children with them. Or it might be, as some say, that he buys people off and gives the mothers a sum of money in exchange for their silence. We have now completed our intended topics. If you find any mistakes in our family tree, let us know in the comments. Goodbye.